Coming up on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we head over to the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra, where our 5th graders get to experience the magical sounds of music.
Education, specifically music. We believe in the power of music and how it can impact students' lives.
Then we get a cup of joy at McKenzie as they celebrate their parents.
We're doing curbside coffee. The teachers are handing out coffees to the parents as they drop off their students.
Plus, we continue to look at our extracurricular project, telling some fun and unique stories.
You know, try new melodies and fitting it all together, and it feels nice whenever you do that, and it comes together and it sounds awesome.
With Halloween in the rearview mirror, a lot of things has happened, so Jaden will tune us in.
Who showed off their Halloween spirit by showing off some truly mind-blowing jack-o'-lantern designs.
And in gameplay, Hannah tells us what we need to know in the world of sport.
Off to Williams. Williams cutting it back up. Great run there by Christian Williams as he falls forward to the 33-yard line.
All this and much more on the 9th edition of Lubbock ISD Today. Welcome to Lubbock ISD Today.
Today.
Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of Lubbock ISD Today. I'm Dilly Trevino, a junior from Monterey.
And I'm Rainer Ford, a junior from Estacado. In Delhi, we are running it back. We were chosen to host once again.
Yeah, we sure were. And today we have a lot in store for you with incredible news from our school district.
That's right, Dilly, as we start the show off with the one-of-a-kind event held at Buddy Holly Hall. So cool. 5th grade students from all over the region, over 3,000 in fact, gather at Buddy Holly Hall to participate in the Lubbock Symphony Listen Live educational concert. A great opportunity to expose our elementary students to music and the arts.
Absolutely. I am a huge advocate for the arts and education, specifically music. We believe in the power of music and how it can impact students' lives, and we believe in the importance of that in their education, and we want to have them exposed to as much of that as possible.
Keeping it with our arts and music, each fall, over 70,000 high school students begin the all-state audition process for choir. A little over 1,800 are selected, and of course, our students had a chance to audition here on Lubbock ISD. The footage we are looking at here is from their concert back in late October, and we want to wish all of our choir students the best of luck as they compete to advance.
In our elementary level, one of the things that Caramona Harrison Elementary does is a kindness assembly. They do this every so often and have done it since the beginning of our newest elementary school. And the goal of this assemblies is to show off one of the students from each grade level that exemplifies kindness. They bring out the entire school to show off these amazing students, and that's a really cool tradition.
Keeping it at our elementary schools, Roscoe Wilson held a Greek festival in honor of what they have been learning in class. Now take a look at this. Students dressed up as mythical characters and ate traditional Greek foods as well as competing in Olympic-style games. How cool is that? It was sure a creative way to end their learning unit.
Most of our kids aren't able to experience that Greek culture and the Greek aspect of mythology just because it's not their culture. And so the fact that they're able to try some foods from that culture is definitely what we wanted them to experience. We ask our kids to be open-minded and risk takers, and so when they try new foods that might look strange to them, we ask that they are risk takers and open-minded because it's from a different culture but with that respect aspect. And so most of our students are going to be risk takers during this time, and we were excited to see that they were happy and just seeing it all come together.
That food looked good. Speaking of a good time, McKenzie Middle School partnered with McDonald's to provide their guardians with a fresh cup of coffee. Take a look at the footage here. These cups of joe were delivered to their cars by the staff of McKenzie. The whole goal of this was to help strengthen parents and school relations.
Oh, it's wonderful because we really like and enjoy participating in the community, especially with schools. We actually have parents that work at our restaurant that have students in McKinsey. In fact, one of them, I was trying to see if she was going to be here. She was ready for her coffee.
And now we turn to our first story of the newscast.
If you look up the definition of core memory, it says it's a specific set of memories that hold emotional value.
Yeah, and this story and moment will stick with our LISD students for a lifetime. Hannah Gilchrist has more.
In such a fast-paced, success-oriented world, we forget the little joys that we prized when we were younger. Memories made as young LISD students that stick with us all the way until we graduate, and memories we associate with hands-on learning. Ms. Paula Stewart stresses the importance of having these experiences with Lubbock ISD.
LISD allowing us to have those field trips, to be able to do that, I think it's awesome. Academics are very, very important, but social interaction, social emotional is top notch for me.
I thought we should all go back to the pumpkin patch and the corn maze to look at learning through the eyes of our younger selves, or in this case, the eyes of Harwell superstar TJ. Make sure you have your earphones in so you can listen to TJ's adventure. All right, do you want to say hi in the camera? Yeah. Hi. Hi.
That's the windmill.
No, I used to go. They got water. Do you see the fish? What do you think? No? Guys, it's the sun. What is the big tree? I see on it. Oh, hi, guys.
Thank you.
Yay.
What kind of pumpkin did you get, TJ? Is it in your backpack?
Nice, guys. It was stressful for me making sure I had all the cameras in my eye line, so I couldn't imagine what it was like keeping up with 30 kids outside of school. But Miss Paula Stewart describes her work to be completely worth the stress.
Kids do so good, and parent involvement is amazing, and for them to be able to help me keep the kids and counting them and doing all those things, it's really not that stressful.
I like your backpack.
Hi, CJ. Are you having a good
day?
Yeah.
What are you excited for?
Oh, you don't touch the buttons.
To pick out a what?
Thank you, CJ, and the class of 2037. I know you'll keep this memory in your back pocket just like I have for all of these years. This is Hannah Gilchrist for Lubbock ISD TV.
Hi. You're doing so good.
High five.
I love that story. I think Hannah did a great job.
Of course she did, dude, and we have more to come because coming your way after the break, did you know this? Did you hear about this? That we have multiple cross-country runners at state right now. We have all the details coming up.
But first, we aren't done sharing our stories from the extracurricular project. And I think we have Dilly's story coming up.
We sure do, so stick with us because we have more coming after this short break.
This year we challenged our audio engineers to not be audio muters, but rather audio mixers. But we didn't know how much it was going to change the job.
12% in.
Are we ready to go live?
Yeah.
Watch out, we might have the next generation of audio engineers.
So every child, every day in Lubbock ISD means that from the time children start with us in pre-K until the day they graduate from high school, every child has the opportunity to access high-quality programming that will prepare them for their future and so that they can be successful as adults.
Welcome back to episode 9 with your hosts Dilly Trevino and Rainan Ford. Sports with Hannah Gilchrist. Weather with Jaden Gonzalez. And Tuned In with Jaden Eaton. Now, back to the desk as we continue episode 9 of Lubbock ISD Today.
Welcome back to Lubbock ISD Today. Did you enjoy the first half of the show? You better have, because we continue here on the show. Raiden, how you feeling, my guy?
Well, Dilly, I'm feeling great, knowing that we have some very spicy projects in store for all the lovely people watching.
Oh, you know it. You love to hear it. You see, we were given an extracurricular assignment, a project that displays all of our most cherished activities in or out of school. And we have quite the list of interesting stories to share, so the first one was created by yours truly, and I bestow upon you a tale of the vigorous journey of my band, Excuse Me Ma'am. Hope you enjoy it.
I never thought that I would ever get to this point. I never really saw myself as getting into music as a child or anything like that. I actually kind of didn't want to, just because of my dad, honestly, because he's a musician and whatnot.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from? I'm bad!
Yeah, it really does feel nice, because it's fun to just experiment, try new things, try new melodies and fitting it all together, and it feels nice whenever you do that and it comes together and it sounds awesome or whatever.
Well, I've been trying to start bands ever since I was in middle school, and every band I tried starting, it never worked out. Either they were too busy to practice or they just didn't want to.
First band that I've ever been in, I would say it's a pretty positive experience, especially since it's just one other person. I don't have to account for other people.
Then later I pitched the name Excuse Me Ma'am to Jude. He immediately was like, yes, we have to use it. It was perfect because me and him both look like women.
One thing that me and Dilly had to overcome, was the making of our latest song, No Matter What. Actually had the original idea for the song, it was completely improv. It was just right out of the blue. We were just jamming and we made an awesome melody, and it was sick. But I think the hardest part about all of it was recording and putting it together. Then that was so frustrating, having to completely be 100% on time. So, I think a lot of people don't think about the chemistry between the band members in bands.
Yes! Yes!
You couldn't make amazing music if you hated your band members, unless you're Fleetwood Mac.
I'd like to think that me and Jude have a lot of chemistry. We're pretty well in tune with each other. And I also, on top of that, I like to think that we're pretty decent musicians. Right, Jude?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
From Lubbock ISD TV, I'm Dilly Trevino.
Wow, Dilly, I love the natural sounds, the sequencing, and the fun stand-ups in your story. That was a lot of fun.
Aw, you're too kind. Thank you so much. But it doesn't stop there, because this next one was organized by you, actually, so this ought to be real good.
Here we go. In this project, I set out my own theater class and told this story from the perspective of my fellow Pippin cast members.
I wanted to come to Estacado because the year that I was student teaching, Estacado did really well in the one-act play contest, and that kind of put Estacado on the radar to me, and I was looking for a job, and the theater teacher and I met, and she thought that the program would be really good for me, so I took the job, and it's been an amazing journey ever since.
Here at Estacado, Logan Tabor is creating his hardest show yet, Pippin, created by Stephen Schwartz. We asked the lead of the show, what's it like being Pippin himself?
Good point. Excuse me a moment. Noble! Yes, sir? You remember that decree I made a little while ago about land and taxes? Yes, sir. That's all.
Being the lead of
the musical or a musical in general, it definitely comes with a bunch of hard work and a sense of leadership in the company. And I think I'm a pretty good, I'm a pretty good lead. But yeah, it definitely is hard, but I enjoy it a lot.
It seems like hard work pays off for Marcus. And plot twist, I'm also a lead as well. You can see the wobbly banana dancing next to the talented dancers. We can't wait for you all to see the show that we've been working on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thrills and the Chills Act 2.
We had our first show yesterday, and it was a success. And we will have more this weekend, so come check out our show.
Man, that's some pretty awesome stuff, man. We'll continue this series next week as we share more of our extracurricular stories.
We are so grateful for the opportunity to get to go out there and to tell these stories. Thank you to all that allowed us to share their stories.
For sure, for sure. Now let's move on and take a quick look at our very own Jaden Eaton on our Tune In set. Jaden, what do you have for us story today?
Thank you so much, Dilly and Rainen. There is so much happening in the world, but this week we have a lot of spooky stuff. Coming off on a fun-filled Halloween week, and so let's get into it. There's Halloween pumpkin decorating, and then there's Halloween pumpkin decorating. This is the latter, courtesy of the brainiacs at the NASA's Jet Propulsion Labs in California, who showed off their Halloween spirit by showing off some truly mind-blowing jack-o'-lanterns designs. And what's become an annual carving contest for the agency, hey, it ain't rocket science, but power tools and power tech were involved, resulting in amazing displays. Speaking of amazing displays, just in time for the spooky holiday, a couple of the new interstellar images were released. And they're kind of creepy, like this haunting face spotted in the swirling surface of Jupiter, captured by the JunoCam instrument during a recent flyby, and the aforementioned Webb Space Telescope beamed back this image of nebula that looks like a ghostly purple hand. Okay. And our final Halloween story is a love affair that managed to upstage an elaborate haunted house after a cast of creepy characters helped an Ohio man surprise his girlfriend with a wicked good wedding proposal. Inside of this house of horrors,
Will you marry me?
Yeah! Yes!
the creepy crawling character was apparently out for character for the man who says he won't even watch scary movies. In Colorado, a security worker had a very close encounter with a bear that wandered into an Aspen resort. You can see the guard investigating when suddenly the bear jumps out of literally nowhere and gives a violent scratch and shove, knocking the guard to the ground. The bear escaped but was later located and dealt with by animal control. As for the guard, he was treated for scratches from his furry intruder's ferocious forearm shiver. And from a bear to a tiger. Oh my, but this tiger is no ordinary Oklahoma middle school mascot. While pumping up the crowd at a football pep rally, the tiger zeroes in one on a student who shies away, but apprehension turns to emotion when it's revealed it's actually her dad, just home from serving for months overseas with the Oklahoma National Guard.
So we're gonna have fun and keep making toys.
And November at the Movies kicks off with a flying reindeer as a Build-A-Bear entertainment brings Glisten and the Merry Missions to the theaters today. Journey to the Bethlehem adds humor and a musical spin to the story of Mary and Joseph and the birth of Jesus. The film arrives in theaters November 10th. Whether or not they think they're a team, these three heroes will have to work together to untangle their powers when the Marvels fly into the theaters November 10th.
The Hunger Games, they're to punish the districts. Those tributes don't have a choice.
Set decades before the birth of Katniss Everdeen, the prequel film The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes slithers into theaters November 17th. Also, the opening of the 17th is the Trolls' latest animated musical adventure, Trolls Band Together. Disney's newest animated adventure may take a wishing upon a star, a bit more literally. See what happens when Wish arrives in the theaters on the 22nd. I will be getting extra popcorn in the month of November because it's popcorn month, we all know this. Because there will be a lot of good movies coming out, and I'm interested in all of them.
Usually the summer months are the ones with the great movies, but this November should be fun in the box office.
Oh, for sure, dude. That picture from space kind of looked like a hand. It really looked like Thanos' hand from Avengers.
I thought the same thing. Hey Dilly, I hear we got great weather on the way.
Oh, I sure hope so. Well, let's send it over to our other Jaden, this time Jaden Gonzalez.
Well, let me tell you,
we have some great weather in store for this coming weekend, and it will be a great time to get outdoors. We start with our final game day forecast as regular season as Estacado hosts San Angelo Lakeview. And when the sun goes down, it will be on the cooler side, 43 degrees with skies, so bring a jacket to tonight's game because it will be frigid. In our weekend forecast, temps will continue to rise close to 80 on Saturday, and we will reach even above that on Sunday. Of course, Sunday we will fall back an hour for daylight saving time. And so if you thought it was getting darker earlier, you were right. And it will be even earlier after Sunday. But for the weather on these 2 days, get outside and enjoy this warm weekend because it will be beautiful outside. If we look at our 7-day forecast, this is where stuff usually changes, but not for this weekend. It will remain warm throughout the week with sunny skies and highs in the low 80s all week, except for Thursday. Winds will be constant in the later half of the week, but overall it will be a beautiful week. But in the extended forecast we see past Thursday and into the Friday and Saturday, we follow showers will be expected. But for the 7-day we have ahead of us, get outside and have some fall time fun, and that's your weather forecast. Dylan, Ryan, y'all getting outside this weekend?
Not me. I have my play at Estacado this weekend, and so I will be singing my heart out with my theater classmates.
That sounds nice. But that's awesome for the weather. Thank you so much, Jaden.
And still to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we take a pause and time out with Mr. Ward. What does he have for us this week? We just have to wait and see.
But first, we head on over to the sports set with Hannah Gilchrist on Gameplay.
She's done her homework and has covered in the world of sports.
So make sure to stick with us because we'll be right back after this short break.
Today we were forcing our anchors to think on the spot. Being able to ad-lib is a vital key for our anchors in case anything goes wrong. Recently, we pushed this to the extreme.
All right, anchors, we are going live.
But there's nothing on the teleprompter. What are we supposed to do? We can't debut a new show without scripts.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to LISD Today. Now let's toss it to the weather.
Nothing to report on weather.
Toss to sports?
Nothing on sports.
Well, that concludes our show. Thanks for watching, I think.
They'll get better at it. Sorry, usually I'd have something clever to say, but there's nothing on the script.
Here at the ATC, there's so many job opportunities that you can take part in. From being on camera, to behind the stove, or even in the medical field, the opportunities are endless here at the Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center.
Welcome into Gameplay. My name is Hannah Gilchrist and I'm a junior from Lubbock High School. We're going to start off with cross country, and cross country is all about mental toughness. When times get hard and your body tells you no, it's your mind that pushes you through. And our cross country student athletes have shown how mentally tough they really are. And we have a lot of good news for you sports fans this week, starting with our Lubbock ISD state qualifiers. As a school, our Monterey girls are taking the number 5 spot in Region 1 5A cross country top 10 qualifying rankings, with Bailey Springer leading the Plainsmen to a possible victory. For the boys, Grayson Hastings and Trip Gray are being sent off as well to Round Rock to compete, heading to state with times less than 17 minutes for 3 miles. Reese Pena, of course, from Lubbock High, our superstar and ranked number 3 in her division, is heading back to the state championships as well. We wish her and all of those traveling to the state meet well. Moving forward to the highly anticipated football playoffs, Estacado is going in as the number 2 seed. The Matadors are also playing San Angelo Lakeview tonight as their last game before the playoffs. The last remaining spot for our Lubbock ISD teams is unfortunately between the Mustangs and the Plainsmen, depending on how both teams play this week. No matter what teams go through though, we are all proud of them, all 4 Lubbock teams, for their hard work and commitment. Exciting news! Girls basketball season has officially started with new players on every roster, and of course a lot of anticipation for Aaliyah Chavez and the Monterey girls coming season. Make sure you tune in to our Lubbock ISD TV YouTube channel to watch the student-produced games live. We wouldn't want you to miss out on the action. Speaking of playoffs, we want to congratulate Monterey for making it to the volleyball playoffs this year, showing out as our only Lubbock ISD volleyball team to play in the playoff tournament. For the Westerners, the third-ranked swim team in Texas looks to be swimming their way to another state champ title, dominating their last few meets with D1 commit Jacob Byers.
It's a game changer. It's a game changer. I mean, when you're at practice and you're competing to be the regional champion or regionals in the Hunter Butterfly, and you look over and the state qualifier from last year is in the lane beside you, and you're at a different school, how big an advantage does that give you? I mean, you just get to race them every day, but you also get to learn a little bit about it.
And that's your look at sports. November will be a month to remember for all of our sports teams. I'll send it back to the desk with Rainin and Dilly.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for sports. And I know this is a unique time of the year because some sports are ending their seasons, some others are getting just started, you know.
Unique, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. And still to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we end the show off with Mr. Ward as he calls time out.
You won't want to miss that as we wrap up the show next.
I was kind of proud of where my family came from.
I was born into my identity, so I might as well be proud of it.
Just to see us progress and grow as a unit is really good to see.
And I chose to make different choices or support different things that my family has.
I've always been able to go into my own culture as well as others freely.
Celebrate your roots.
It takes hard work, dedication, courage, and passion to be a United States of America military member. All the wars fought and all the tears shedded, we want to say thank you. Thank you for your service, thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for our freedom.
Welcome back to Lubbock ISD Today. I am such a proud teacher. This show continues to get better and better, and it's all because of the commitment from our students, rather your students, on today's edition of Time Out with Mr. Ward. I want to talk about the end of a season, rather football season. I know it's sad. Today, Friday the 3rd, is our final regular season football broadcast of the school year. And all we did 18 broadcasts, 8 of them on Fox 34 News Now, and 10 of them on YouTube. And I must say, I like being on YouTube. Going live on that platform allows us to get instant numbers on how many people are watching. It also allows everyone to stream our games absolutely free. Yeah, that's big time. Even better are the students that are stepping up to get it done. We can't do these games without the help of our students because realistically, it's their broadcast and us teachers are just along for the ride. Now that's me, Mr. Ward, timing out on Lubbock ISD Today. I'll send it back to our team at the desk.
Oh man, football season was so much fun, and I'm real sad to see it go, you know. But thank you so much, Mr. Ward.
And before we wrap up today's show, Jaden joins us one more time with our final look at our weather.
Yeah, let's take a look at our graphic on Pro Presenter. Our 7-day forecast calls for a calm week. It'll be warm during the day and cold at night. Kind of like shorts and a t-shirt during the day and jackets at night. But overall, a great week to get outside. Winds will pick up a bit as the week goes on. But outside of that, we have a great week in store.
You love to see that. And we have so much, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, the 9th episode of Lubbock ISD Today.
We will be back next week, bringing you more stories from across Lubbock ISD.
And we can't wait for that, but don't forget to follow us on social media platforms for amazing stories.
And we will see you next time on Lubbock ISD
Today.
Executive producer, Isaru Laura. Audio engineer, Daniel Ball. Pro Presenter operator, Aaron Gulick. With your hosts, Dilly Trevino and Rainin Ford. Sports with Hannah Gilchrist. Weather with Jaden Gonzalez. And Tuned In with Jaden Eaton. And a major shout out to Miss Roop's first year class for helping us out.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.